Hi, and welcome back to the Grow Old Disgracefully blog. So, we're talking about women going on holiday on their own and a survival guide. And I've done it, I've been many a place, and I've behaved slightly disgracefully. And this is number 4. Now, this experience is called the boat party and the rubber ring. And I have to say, I just laugh out loud about this every time I think of it. You know, when you just really want to crack up, and I tell people the story, and you just really needed to have been there. It was so funny. So this particular holiday, again, I was there to get over a previous partner, and I thought, right, I'm going to be really ambitious and outrageous on this holiday. I'm going to do things that I would never normally do. So that involved a boat party, a beach party, karaoke, and then just walking the strip one end to the other, going into places I would never normally go into. Anyway, so I decided I'd go on this boat trip, and I turned up and I got on the boat, and people are there drinking already before I even come away from the port. And I sat down in a corner, and the captain came on the tannoy and just said, look, these are the safety procedures. If anybody has any health issues and they're going to go into the water, you need to tell me about it first before you go in. So I was like, okay, yeah, I've got a health issue, I need to tell him, blah, blah, blah. So I sat there, and people are starting to get a little bit rowdy, and this elderly couple came and sat next to me, and they were really sweet, and they come to the same hotel, to the same boat party every year. They know the captain. It's just hilarious. So they were like so cool, and I told them all about what was happening. I had a few drinks, a few tears, and they're like, oh, you're so lovely, you have to realise these things happen, there's a reason for it. This time next year everything will be fine, don't you worry, you'll be fine, you're lovely. So I was like, okay. So we anchored up in a lovely cove, beautiful water, lovely and hot, and the captain said, right everybody, we're going to jump off the side or the back of the boat, come and line up and we'll help you, but don't forget to tell us if you have a health issue. So I get to the captain, who's quite dashing, and I'm standing amongst these really young, quite tipsy women and men, like their bodies are to die for. And I've got this skirtini on to hide all the bits that I need to hide. And he said to me, right, okay, so what's your condition? And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And he said, well, you have to have a ring and a rope. You cannot get in the water without this. It's just policy. So he gives me this red and white ring on a rope. I have to lower myself into the water because I can't back out of it because there's a queue of people behind me. So not only am I like 10, 15 years older than them and not in a sexy bikini, I am then holding a red and white rubber ring with a rope attached to it. So I lower myself into the water, and my theory is get as far away as possible from the boat so no one can see me, and everything will be fine until it's time to go. I'll wait for everybody else to get back on the boat, and then I'll just swim my way in holding my stupid rubber ring. Didn't quite work like that. So people are dancing, singing on the boat, jumping on and off. Obviously I don't get out into the boat again because I would just rather stay out of view. And the water, this sort of lovely breeze picks up a little bit windy, and the waves are like slapping me in the face, and I'm sort of losing a bit of control of this red and white ring, and it starts to move me across like this to the other side of the boat. In the meantime, there's these page 3 models splashing around with these young handsome men, sort of getting off with each other, giggling. And as I come across, the rope that's attached to my ring started to like wedge into people. So they had to either lift it up or duck underneath. And I was like, oh my God. So you had these Barbie dolls turning around, looking at me like giving me the biggest evils with the rope to the side of their face like that. So the moments of glamour just got completely ruined. Lifting over. So by the end of it, I was on the other side of the boat, being slapped by waves. People were getting out of the boat, just looking at me like I was a retard. And the captain pulled me in a little bit at a time, and people were watching me, and I just could have died. So my tip is, if you go on a boat party, don't admit to having any kind of health condition whatsoever. In fact, wear a swimsuit that covers you up completely, or just don't even get off the boat into the water, or get so drunk that you don't care. Anyway, needless to say, I didn't get off the boat at any other of the coves. That was it. I was done. So I sat with the elderly couple, and we laughed and cried and laughed and cried. So yeah, that was a real experience. Straight back into port. Off I went into a karaoke bar. Can't sing to save my life, but I just threw myself into that. So anyway, I think that's number 5 or number 4. I'm not sure. But do come back because I have one more story to tell you. See you soon. Bye.